Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I got some cool stuff to show you. I got some new toys here. Actually, I made a little trip to Target yesterday with a lady and her sister and our new baby and the niece and baby's Uncle Fonz. And found this one. It's actually the Green Ranger, and it's actually, I think it's a Funko line of products, but it's actually, maybe it's Hasbro Super 7, I guess. But it's pretty cool because, they had this one and they had like 5 or 6 of the Red Ranger, but they only had one of the Green Ranger, and the only real Power Ranger I ever really loved was the Green Ranger. So I picked that up just because it's kind of cool, and it's kind of in the old school Star Wars retro kind of packaging. So I thought that would be kind of cool to go along with all my things. And actually, randomly found at Target the only one retro collection Star Wars figure, and it's Greef Karga. So this is, Carl Weathers, as you may or may not know, but it's cool because they're made just like the old vintage Star Wars toys, and he comes with a vinyl cape, just like the old school vinyl capes that they used to make. Hope you get a little closer there on Carl Weathers. So there's Carl Weathers in a vintage fashion, and he comes with a blaster, of course, and yeah, I just love the vinyl cape and how they, they definitely do these like they did back in the day. And then lastly, but not least, as far as toy goes, I've been kind of on a Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel kick lately, so I picked up Marvel Legends Carol Danvers. So this is Miss Marvel in all of her glory, and as you know, she was part of the Avengers at one point back in the 80s, and they had a small run of her, like her own comics back then in like the late 70s, early 80s, called Miss Marvel. Before they called her Captain Marvel, and then in issue number 20, she actually changed this costume, and I think we may have that comic to show you here today. But just kind of a recap on those Miss Marvel comic books I've been talking about. Here's Miss Marvel number 1. So this is the first time that you see her as Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. And then, of course, this is issue number 16. This is the first cameo appearance of Mystique. And I have number 17, which is the second cameo appearance of Mystique on the way. And then here's, of course, number 18, very first appearance of Mystique. And then this is the Phantom issue of number 25 is in the back of this, of course, as I explained before, that it's got the first appearance of Rogue in it and all that. But let's get on to some of this mail call stuff, because we do have mail call going on here. And actually, I finally got the comic book I was looking for from the One Stop Shop. They sent me the wrong book, so then I mailed them back the one that they gave me that was wrong, and I got back the one that was right. So I'm super excited to see this, because this is like probably the most beautiful issue of all of these I've ever seen. So this is White Widow number 3, variant edition, lenticular. Let's see if I can get this without being too much of a glare. See, there's White Widow in all her glory, but then you move it, and it changes her costume into that. So that is really cool. It's kind of like a super sleek looking dress, like she's on the red carpet, going to like a movie premiere or whatever else. And then you move it back, and it's back into her costume. Super excited to get that. It's a beautiful cover drawn by Mike Debalfo. Mike Debalfo is one of my favorite comic book cover artists of all time. But then also I picked up, I didn't make a video of when I opened them. We got this Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, it's Spider-Gwen number 25. The first appearance of the, what is it? The Spider-Gwen Venom suit, essentially. And they kind of did a homage to the Amazing Spider-Man number 316, the first cover appearance of Venom. So this one's kind of hard to make go exactly how you want it to for between the pictures for some reason. Let's see if we can make this work by kind of bending it around a little bit. But basically, it goes between being that cover and this cover. See if we can get it to just focus on the one where it's just Spider-Gwen. Yeah, so Spider-Gwen, and then Ghost Spider, or whatever they call her, or Venom Gwen, or Gwenom, whatever. I don't know what they exactly call her these days. But yeah, so that's pretty cool just to kind of get that. I just saw it on eBay randomly, and I found it like the cheapest version I could possibly find, so I picked it up. And yeah, it was definitely less than $10, because most of them go for like, 15 to 20 bucks, something like that. But yeah, I found a cheap one. And I also got these, I just bid on these randomly on an auction. This super old flashes from the 70s, I do believe. But I really liked these ones, because this is kind of when the Flash was kind of going with, teaming up with the Green Lantern a lot. And this is back when there was only 20 cents an issue. And these are old issues. So this is Flash number 221. So we got that one. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, you see in the bottom corner there, he's got a team up with the extra Green Lantern story going on in there. And I think maybe they had paused the Green Lantern comic book itself for a little while. So maybe Green Lantern comic wasn't running, the solo comic, for a little while, and they were just throwing his stories into these Green Lantern, or into these Flash issues. So here's number 222. Of course, we got the Green Lantern again with the Flash. And then we got number 223. And of course, as you see in the top there, we got another Green Lantern story inside here. These are all in really great condition for as old as they are. I mean, they don't really look very old. Like, you know, of course, this one has a couple bad corners, but some of these look like basically brand new, like off the shelf, especially like this one. This one looks dead mint brand new, and this is issue number 224. And this has, of course, Green Lantern again in it. But the whole reason why I picked up this lot was because it had this book in it in particular, and I really liked this book. This is issue number 225. And I really like this cover just because of the colors. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's just got the yellow, the red, the green, the blue, and on the white field with the red and the blue, and of course Green Lantern at the top here, and Green Lantern in the middle there. But yeah, so I really liked how that issue looks. And, you know, so it's Flash with the Reverse Flash, and apparently they're in the future, and that's like a future cop and whatnot, and they're arresting the Green Lantern. But yeah, I'm super excited to get that for cheap because, you know, some people, they sell this book for quite a bit of money on eBay, but I was able to find it. They got this for basically $5 buying it with the rest of them. So that was awesome. But let's get on to these books. Let's see what we got here. I just had my old opening device, but I guess we're going to have to try to go on without it for a second because I lost my little cutting device. Somewhere. What did I do with it? I swear, I just had it. I set it down somewhere. But I don't know. The show must go on. So let's see what we can do without it. That's alright. I think we can get this open without oh, there it is. Found it. It's just sitting there on the shelf. Alright, so let's get into this one. I'm not quite sure. I forget which issue of anything that this is. But I think I'm expecting 2 key issues today. And so that's what we will be looking at. Is 2 key issues, hopefully. Yeah, this is a key issue. See, this is Ms. Marvel, as we've been talking about. It's a Ms. Marvel issue. So Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. And this is issue number 20. So this is issue number 20. So this is the first time that you see Carol Danvers in this outfit, in this costume, in this superhero gear. And it's a beautiful copy. I mean, I'm not quite sure the year. 1978. It's got basically good corners and mostly a good spine. So it's not too rough a shape. And yeah, pretty stoked to get that one and add that to my Miss Marvel collection there. As you know, like I said, I'm kind of on a weird Miss Marvel kick, but I love the the Captain Marvel movie, and Brie Larson does an amazing job. And I can't wait for the new Marvels movie to come out, which basically has both Captain Marvels. It's got Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, and of course we got Monica Rambeau coming in as the other Captain Marvel. So that's going to be sweet. And then let's get on to this one. But this one is an even bigger key issue than that one. This one is very significant, and we've been talking about this one for a couple of episodes here. And it's finally in my possession. I had to get it from cheap by ordering it from Canada, but the shipping wasn't too bad from Canada. So, yeah, so I was able to get a good deal, get it shipped for cheap, but it did take a little bit extra time to get here just because I think things are still kind of on the tightness as far as shipping goes internationally. Oh, hey, they even put this in a cool hard plastic case for me because it is a significant issue. And this is Avengers number 10. So Avengers number 10, and this is officially supposed to be the very first appearance of Rogue from the X-Men. And this kind of has a kind of a follow-up to that fall special in 1992, where basically, just after Rogue had stole Carol Danvers' powers, Spider-Woman finds her and basically brings her back, and she is powerless because Rogue has the powers. And then in this is where they actually have the supposedly official introduction of Rogue for the first time. So back in the day, in the 70s, I think this was 81. So in 1981, this is the first time that you ever got to see Rogue, and you never saw the actual original of her until like 1992. So it's really awesome to get a good copy of this. It doesn't look too bad. I got it for cheap because there's like a little tear down here, but I'm not a person to go out and get things graded, so it doesn't really matter to me too much. And I'm super stoked to have such a significant issue. Pretty awesome there. And as you see, there's Mystique, and we got an X-Men crossover in there, and there's Spider-Woman, and all sorts of stuff going on in this issue. We're super excited to get that. All right, well, yeah, make sure if you like my content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.